starting a new project. It's going to be a bowl that's a combination of a closed and open segment turning. There's kind of the plan, and then it's going to have an open segment pattern in the middle, kind of like that. Here we go. Okay, the top ring has an edge dimension of 1 1/4. I'm going to mark it right there. And I'm going to line it up with my stop here on the edge of this stop, which is cut flush with that blade. Try it this way. There you go. Still the same. It's lined up right on there. Okay. Cut it on the outside of my wedgie sled because it's too wide to go through the middle. Okay, I'll finish these off camera. Getting ready to cut some segments for the open part, and it just so happens that this 32 segment closed wedgie works good for the 24 open segment, so that works out really well. So I just set it with that, and it'll fit in the easy seg jig really good. Based on my measurement off the Seg Easy jig, for a 7 1/4 inch circle open segment, this needs to be 1 1/32. The edge. So I'll mark that 1 1/32, and that should work. Set this up on, set my stop up to 1 1/32, to right on that edge is where it's going to cut. Okay. I need 4 of these. There you go. Based on my measurement off the Seg Easy jig, for a 7 1/4 inch circle with an open segment, I need to have an edge dimension of 11/16. So there's 11/16. Let me set my stop to 11, oops, not there. Set my stop to 11/16. And that's right on that edge is where it's going to cut. Right like that. And I only need 4 of these. Good work. Let's go over and see how they fit. Okay, let's slip them in there and see how we're doing. They fit really nice with that 32 wedgie. So there's only going to be 4 of these on this course. And if I measure across there, I'm at 7 3/8, and that's fine. I'll just turn off the excess. So that's good. The base is going to be a solid piece of 5.5 inch walnut. So I'm going to mark this and take it over the bandsaw and cut it out. I've got my centering marks here to center this in the middle, and so since there's only 4 on this first course of the open segment, I'm going to spread a little bit of a Tight Bond 3 glue here. Make sure I can see my marks there. And there, okay. And I'm going to put this guy on the mark. There and there. Make sure those are pushed in. Make sure they're on the mark, which it looks like they are. Let it set up a little bit. And I'm just going to weight it down with these and let that dry. Go. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the 24 segment for the closed segments. Get that, get it lined up on the center line, get that tucked in. I've learned not to push too hard that way, because it can maybe open it up some. Check and make sure I got no slop front or back, side to side. According to my calculations, my little formula, these should be 1 1/16 for the closed part of that course. So 1 1/16 is right there. Okay. Get it on here. Set it up right on the cut line, which is right there. Okay. Gotta be careful not to push that too far to catch the blade. Okay, I'm going to glue up this solid ring that's going to be part of the open segment pattern in the middle. I hope. Anyway, I'm going to do all 24 of these, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, got all the glue on there and the hose clamp on it. They're pretty close. I like to get it kind of snugged up a little. And then make sure they're all down good. Okay, let's check it out here. So that's kind of weird looking. Okay, we'll get this thing going. Now I'm going to mark the edges of each of these open segment ones. And then I'm going to cut it. Put the space in and then cut it. Kind of seems weird, but I have a plan, I think. So I marked this and allowed for the the gap from the Seg Easy, and I'm going to slice it apart. Get these edges trued up to the line. Next step is I'm going to glue these onto there. All right, get this outside edge lined up and the spaces lined up. Okay, those look good. Check all the edges and they look good. Okay, now I'm going to put this little block in, these little blocks in here, because the mahogany wedges are a little high. Put a couple weights on there, like so. Now I need to cut some 4 wedges for the next course. And it's 8-inch circles, so I'm going to go to the 4, measure across there, and it looks like 3/4 of an inch should do it. Reset up my wedgie sled quick. For the segmented circles, it takes a different angle. This is where I'm going to measure my 3/4 of an inch. Right there. Should do it. This time I can go on the inside and get it set right up on the cut line right there. Bring the stop up. Okay, I'm going to run over and check and make sure that one fits. Okay, and it goes right into my 4-inch mark, which will make it 8 inches. So, we're good. This time I need 8 of these. The next course will be glued up like this, but I'm still waiting for the first course to dry. So I'll move on to the third. Okay, I'll just keep going. I'm going to glue up the last 3 solid segments. Okay, there's the rest of the solid portion of the courses glued up and drying. Okay, back to the disc sander. I'm just going to touch it to level out these mahogany segments. Okay, gluing up this course. This has got two. Oh. And this is going to go on here, like this. For this one, I'm going to use a really fancy clamp. There you go. Leave that guy there for a while, and we should be good. Okay, it's time to glue these segments in. Okay, again, we're going to put these little guys here for spacers, because these are higher, a little bit higher. Set these on there carefully, try not to get it to slide. I need to sand these down a little bit, so I put these marks on here so I can tell when these are, you know, it's all flush. Not going to take too long to get the marks off. It was pretty close. This course is the middle course, and it's going to be open all the way around. So putting segments in every slot. And then this one will be glued on here. Flop it over and line it up on here. These are almost the same diameter, so it's going to make it a lot easier. Back to my high-tech clamp. There you go. So I'm going to check it out for a couple minutes, make sure it doesn't slide. These are all dried good, so I'll pop these off. Looks like we're ready to take this off. There you go. Oh, got some extra glue in there. I have to pick that out before I glue it up. Okay, once again I'm marking the edge of the slot on the Seg Easy so I can cut those. If I connect the opposite ones, it should give me my cut line. Okay, my next open segments have to fit this diameter, which is 8 inches. And so I'm not sure how other people do it, but I came up with this formula to figure out how big the edge should be to fit in the Seg Easy. And to do that, it is the diameter, which is 8, divided by 2 times pi. I use 3.141. This is the conversion factor, times 1.45. And divide that by the number of segments, which is 24, and it gives us 3/4 of an inch. And it comes out right on. There's the formula that I'm using right there. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, this one I'm marking at 3/4. Right there. And it's already set up. That's cool. That's all I need of that one is 4. Okay, ready to glue this one on. Okay. Got to get these two lined up with those two. Back to gluing. Go through a lot of glue doing this stuff. Okay, marking the last one to cut. That should do it. Back to the sander to knock down the mahogany wedges again. Gotta put on my marks, I almost forgot. Wow, I think that's it. Didn't take much. Index mark here. Okay, the time has come to put it on. I'm probably going to be turning this in reverse sometimes, doing the inside, so I'm going to tighten down these set screws so I don't unscrew it off the lathe. There you go. Okay, here we go. Still running in reverse, just cleaning up the inside. Okay, we'll work a little on this top lip. Gotta love a sharp tool. This open segment really catches all the shavings inside. finished shape on it. Time to start working on the final bell-shaped contour on the inside. Okay, final little touch here. There you go. That is pretty close to what I'm looking for. Well, it's that time, sanding time, which is good because it means you made it through without any bad catches or anything. I find this works really nice for inside, particularly on the open segment. Heat this up a little bit, and I'll be able to pop this last piece of wood right off. Okay, 4 little spots. Line up my marks. Get up. Okay. I'm going to finish this with several coats of clear semi-gloss lacquer. I use Deft. I've been using this for 40 years, and it's, in my opinion, the simplest, best thing going for interior woodwork. One of the funnest parts of any kind of woodwork is the first coat of clear. It just works magic. Okay, now let that dry. I'm going to do 2 more coats, sand it, and then put a final. Okay, I've got 3 coats of lacquer on it, and now I'm going to give it a quick sand with this 600 paper, just to take any roughness out, and then I'll put a final coat on of the lacquer. And then it'll be ready to go.